The Pretty Reckless is an American rock band from New York City. The current members are Taylor Momsen, Ben Phillips, Mark Damon and Jamie Perkins. Their debut album, Light Me Up, was released on August 27, 2010. They released their first single on May 13, 2010. The album spawned 3 moderately successful singles, most notably, Make Me Wanna Die. The band released their second extended play entitled Hit Me Like a Man EP in early 2012, along with 2 new music videos of songs from their debut album. These releases coincided with their second tour. In 2014, the band released their second studio album, Going to Hell, which was preceded by the singles Kill Me, Going to Hell, and Heaven Knows, the latter of which topped the US and UK rock charts. The band embarked on a worldwide tour in 2010 in support of their debut album, the Light Me Up Tour, which concluded in March 2012. 4 days after the end of their first tour, they embarked on their second tour, the Medicine Tour, where they appeared as a support act for Marilyn Manson and Evanescence. History, 2007 Euro 2012, Formation, The Pretty Reckless EP and Light Me Up. For 2 years singer, rhythm guitarist and Gossip Girl actress Taylor Momsen worked with several producers before meeting Kato Kandwala. Momsen has said that she liked Kandwala because he was a rock producer as opposed to a pop producer. Kandwala introduced Momsen to Ben Phillips and the 3 of them began to write songs together. 3 unnamed musicians were hired to form the band with Momsen. The band were originally called The Reckless but had to change the name due to trademark problems. The band played its first concert on May 5, 2009 at the Annex in New York. After 7 concerts the lineup of the band was changed. The new lineup of the band consisted of Momsen with John Sicolo, Matt Chiarelli and Nick Carbone. The second lineup of the band also played its first concert at the Annex on June 3, 2009. They recorded some demos in early 2009 and they opened for the Veronicas on their North American tour. In 2010, Sicolo, Chiarelli and Carbone left the band. At present, Taylor Momsen is the singer and rhythm guitarist, with Ben Phillips on lead guitar, Mark Damon on bass, and Jamie Perkins on drums, all of whom played in the band Famous in the early 2000s. Momsen stated in an interview with OK! Magazine that the band signed with Interscope Records and would be releasing their debut album in 2010. In an interview with MTV, Momsen reported the influences on the band to include the Beatles and Oasis, along with grunge band Nirvana. She also stated that her personal influences include Kurt Cobain and Joan Jett. After the band announced they had signed to Interscope Records, 2 new recordings of demo songs were posted on their MySpace. On December 30, 2009, the band released a new promo song entitled Make Me Wanna Die. The song was offered as a limited-time free download for fans on their Interscope Records website. The band launched Make Me Wanna Die on the soundtrack and it appeared in the end credits of the 2010 film Kick-Ass. The song was the band's first single, and was released on May 17, 2010, with the debut album set to be released in August. On April 9, 2010, they performed during the Vans Warped Tour 2010 kickoff party, and performed at the Bamboozle Music Festival on May 1, 2010. They played the entire Warped Tour 2010. Their first EP was released on June 22, 2010, with mixed reactions. Rolling Stone magazine classified the sound as generic. It contained 4 songs, 3 of which can be found on their debut album, Make Me Wanna Die, My Medicine, and Goin' Down. The first single Make Me Wanna Die was released on May 17, 2010. A viral video was released to promote the single. The full record was released on August 31, 2010. The song Miss Nothing was the second single to be released from Light Me Up, on August 9, 2010. It was aired exclusively on the British radio station, BBC Radio 1, on July 22, 2010. The band introduced it as their next UK single after a show on the Warped Tour. A video for Miss Nothing was released on July 20 on Vevo. The US release of Light Me Up was delayed, not being released until February 2011. The first single released in the US officially was Just Tonight, which was the third single released in Australia and United Kingdom among other countries. Evanescence Tour was the third worldwide concert tour by American rock band Evanescence, which their performances were supported by the Pretty Reckless. Lead singer Taylor Momsen stated she was a big fan of Evanescence, so it's really exciting to be opening for them. The band opened for Evanescence at the historic Hollywood Palladium in Los Angeles. Momsen told MTV about Amy Lee, "She's got a great voice. She's real sweet," Lee said with a smile, laughing that being one of Momsen's first concerts makes her feel old, but very, very flattered. Guns N' Roses' Chinese Democracy Tour confirmed the Pretty Reckless as opening act in the following tour dates in November 2012. 2012 saw the release of two singles from the album, You, and My Medicine. Videos for both singles were released, You featuring Momsen in a small empty apartment playing the guitar, and My Medicine featuring Momsen at an out-of-control party as she sings about being under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Later 2012 she appeared in a video completely naked. In the video entitled The Words, Under the Water, Taylor appeared in a black-and-white film while saying the lyrics like reciting a poem. By the time the video ends, Taylor appears without her clothes on and her private parts blurred. 2012 A Euro Present, Hit Me Like a Man EP and Going to Hell. The Medicine Tour was the second headlining concert tour by the Pretty Reckless in support of their 2010 debut album Light Me Up and their 2012 extended play Hit Me Like a Man EP. The tour dates were announced on January 23, 2012 via the band's official website. The band performed at several of the same venues they had visited the previous year, with 52 shows in North America, 5 shows in South America and 2 shows in Asia. Their second extended play Hit Me Like a Man EP was released on March 6, 2012. It featured 3 new songs, as well as live performances of 2 songs from Light Me Up. On October 6, 2012, Frankenweenie Unleashed, a soundtrack for the 2012 film Frankenweenie, was released, the Target version of which included a new song by the Pretty Reckless called Only You. On December 11, the Pretty Reckless' 4th single Kill Me was released. The song was featured at the end of the final episode of the series Gossip Girl. On May 30, 2013, the Pretty Reckless released a teaser trailer for their second studio album Going to Hell, set for release later that year. On June 17, 2013, the Pretty Reckless released a new track titled Follow Me Down. On July 1, 2013, Momsen released a 2-minute preview of the song Burn, which will also be on Going to Hell. The song Going to Hell premiered on September 19, 2013. On the same day as the premiere of the new track Going to Hell, the Pretty Reckless also announced their signing to the label Razor and Tie. On September 20, 2013, the Pretty Reckless began the Going to Hell tour to support the album, together with groups of Heaven's Basement and Launa. The Going to Hell official music video premiered on October 16, 2013 exclusively on Vevo. November 19, 2013 marked the release of first single Heaven Knows, which will be on Going to Hell. The song premiered on Sirius XM Euro unregistered trademark S-Octane on November 15, 2013. The music video for Heaven Knows premiered on February 13, 2014. Going to Hell was released on March 18, 2014. Live performances. The band opened the V Festival in the UK in 2010. The band embarked on a 4-date UK tour starting in Glasgow, Scotland at the Barrowland Ballroom on December 13, 2010, supported by Francisc. In 2011, the band announced a tour running from early February to late March. The band appeared at the Download Festival in June. On May 11, 2011, it was announced that the Pretty Reckless would be taking part in the Soundwave Revolution, an Australian music festival. This was later cancelled, but somewhat replaced by a mini-festival that the Pretty Reckless were to be a part of called Counter Revolution. However, the Pretty Reckless would later pull out. During the summer, the band performed in several European festivals such as Rock am Ring in June, Optimus Alive on July 8 in Portugal, Rock Werchter on July 2 in Belgium, Wireless Festival on July 3, Monterey Jazz Festival in Monterey, Switzerland on July 4 and Tea in the Park on July 10 in Scotland. On August 6, 2011, the band performed at the 2011 Lollapalooza Festival in Chicago, Illinois. On July 27, 2011, Taylor Momsen announced via Twitter that the band will be touring with Evanescence as the supporting act during the fall of 2011. They opened several Evanescence shows in October and November with 2 gigs at the HMV Hammersmith Apollo in London among others. On October 8, 2011, the band performed at the 2011 Tulsa State Fair in Tulsa, Oklahoma. On October 26, 2011, the band performed at Ritual nightclub in Ottawa, Ontario, with guests Static Revolt and The Escape Mode. In January 2012, the band released tour dates for its second headlining tour, the Medicine Tour. Directly following those tour dates, the Pretty Reckless supported Marilyn Manson on his current tour, Hey Cruel World Tour. In July 2012, the Pretty Reckless arrived in Argentina for the first time. The band's show was on July 29 in Buenos Aires. In September 2012, the Pretty Reckless headlined the Bazooka Rocks Festival in Manila, Philippines. The Medicine Tour ended with their performance at the Bazooka Rocks Festival on September 30, 2012. On September 20, 2013, the band starting their third tour Going to Hell tour first leg kickoff in North America. Band members, current members, Taylor Momsen a Euro lead vocals, rhythm guitar, Ben Phillips a Euro lead guitar, backing vocals, Mark Damon a Euro bass, Jamie Perkins a Euro drums, percussion, former members, John Sicolo a Euro guitar, Matt Curelli a Euro bass, Nick Carbone a Euro drums, percussion, Anna Mountain, backing vocals, associated musicians, Rick Rocker, bass, guitar, synthesizer, drums, writer, music video director editor, discography. Studio albums, Light Me Up, Going to Hell, tours, Light Me Up Tour, 112 shows, The Medicine Tour, 59 shows, part of Warped Tour 2010-41 shows, support for the Evanescence Tour, 25 shows, support for Guns N' Roses Chinese Democracy Tour, 3 shows, support for Marilyn Manson's Hey Cruel World Tour, 17 shows, Going to Hell Tour, 80 shows, support for Fall Out Boy on the Say Rock and Roll European Tour, awards and nominations, references. External links, official website, The Pretty Reckless on Facebook, The Pretty Reckless on MySpace, The Pretty Reckless at the Internet Movie Database.